Yes, we are live. Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back to this beautiful Zero Point Healing Show. And this is episode number 18. How does that get any better than this? So, that is an access consciousness statement. I would like to start the session with access consciousness statement. So, today's topic of how to overcome money limitations. And as you can see, I'm already laughing and smiling because we had a funny discussion before this show started. So I'm still in the laughing of that. But anyways, I am Vishnupriya and I am certified in access consciousness as well as in many different modalities. And I've put together this beautiful Zero Point Healing platform for all the facilitators and healers and therapists who are creating magic and miracles in this world, transforming this earth, which is what is needed at this time on earth. So that is about me and about Zero Point Healing. If you are a facilitator or a healer yourself, I welcome you to Zero Point Healing. Please do register. And if you're interested in this kind of an interview with me, you are most welcome. Please message me for that as well. All right, so let's dive into the topic of today. The money, right? Who doesn't want more money in their lives? And today I have with me Sasha, who is Access Consciousness CFMW. I'll let her say what it is. So welcome, Sasha. Welcome. Thank you so much for being together with me on the show today. Tell us about yourself and how did you become and how Access Consciousness entered into your life.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be with you here today, and congratulations on your website. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
And you said you've had a great sign up, so how does it get better than that?
Yes.
And you did really well then, because we were laughing quite a lot before we started. So
yes, we did.
really
and I'm
good.
Still like, okay, the live show is on, let's get serious.
I hope I can do as well as you, because I have an empty head as well. So for me, my journey to access probably started about 23 years ago. I remember the first time I went to a yoga class and I did the yoga workout, and then we ended with like a meditation relaxation. And that was the first time I'd experienced anything like that. I'd never accessed anything that was so kind of peaceful and joyful. And I loved it, and I kept doing it, and it kind of helped me manage how, when I was frustrated at work, I'd have better days at work, at home, whatever. I'd go and do some yoga, and I always found that peace. And that journey of energy took me on to Reiki and Theta, which I also enjoyed greatly, and they're great tools, as well as a lot of other modalities. So many modalities, probably more than I can list or remember. And then about 15 years ago, I was unhappy at work, and I was still doing these things, but it wasn't enough. Like I had something was missing. So I got a free coaching book in a magazine that I bought, and I kind of decided I was going to coach myself to a better life. And I remember, I was telling you before we started, I remember sitting on a train answering the questions like, what do you want to have in your life? And I remember not being equipped to answer those questions. I'd never been asked them before. I'd never considered them before, and I didn't know what to do with them. So I carried on. I'm not a quitter. I carried on. I did the book, and I could see slight changes in my life, but it wasn't enough, and I wanted more. So I went on to do a coaching course, and then eventually an NLP course. And then in 2015, I went with my friend to a theatre weekend, and I had my bars run for the first time. Now, everyone's experience, I think, is unique. But for me, I mean, there's not really enough words, but I went in one person and I came out a different person, and things changed in that room that I don't know what. Like, I don't know what they were. Like, I don't know what I was holding on to. But I came out different, and it inspired me to kind of explore access consciousness more. And then I did more classes, and then I chose more classes. And I use those tools in coaching with clients, and it's amazing. I mean, it's a lot of access consciousness is about being happier with you. And I'm a happy person, and I like to be happy, and I like the world to be happy. Now, obviously, it's not right to inflict happiness on the world if they don't want it. It's important to allow people to be whatever they require and desire.
Yes, and she mentioned about running bars. So if it is your first time hearing that, I love access bars. And what access bars is, as far as I'm concerned, my perspective, there's 32 different points in your head where the facilitator would be holding on to different points, which actually, like a magic, just clears all of your limiting beliefs, and thousands of limiting beliefs can just go off like that. It's usually a 1 hour to 1.5 hour session. So tell us your explanation about bars. What bars is, what magic does that have?
So bars is points on your head that, when lightly touched, as you say, activates, and they delete limiting beliefs. And what's great about it is whoever's running your bars and yourself, if you have beliefs in common, they will delete and get removed. Bars is essentially about receiving. It's about receiving and connecting to the earth, like all the access body processes. And it's really about bringing down your barriers. And what I found is I like to have my bars run once a week. How many times do you get your bars run? Like, do you have your bars run once a week, or more, or less?
I'm not lucky enough as much as you are. I'm in India, and I'm in a village kind of area where I don't have any access bars practitioner close by. So I have just done twice the bars.
Very cool. That's very cool. And then if you become a bars practitioner, you can teach everyone bars. Facilitator. I always get bars every time. It's a BF. And how would it get better than that?
Yes. All right. So tell us about what CFW actually means.
It's a certified effing, and I'm not going to swear, I feel too responsible, miracle worker. And what it is, it's just what happens in the access classes is when you've done your bars classes, your foundation, and a COP, it means you can run one-off classes online, which I do. You can coach, and I also do some SOP magic, which I don't know if we had a little play with that before, but I don't know if you've experienced that before, Vishnu. But SOP is amazing as well, and I like to use that in a coaching session if it's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and she is a certified CFW of access consciousness. That's why I asked that question, by the way. So we can talk more. All right. So I forgot my question. Right. Okay. Sorry. Sorry about laughing so much. She did something on me before the show, and she made me go blank. And what question should I ask next? She did something with SOP magic like that, and I got just blank.
So, how the tools have helped me? Shall I?
Sure. She's taking my questions. Yes, please.
It's actually easier to answer where the tools haven't helped me, because they've helped me in every area of my life, whether it's family or work or relationships. It's being in the question, pod and pocking, and that's a short version of the access clearing statement. And anyone who's not familiar with that, if you'd like to go to the accessclearingstatement.com, Dr. Dane here does an explanation on there, but that's not something I'm covering today. I use tools like interesting point of view and how does it get better than that with people who don't know access, and they work effectively and people just get them. So what access consciousness tools have given me is, well, so much, and more money as well, which is quite a nice thing to have. We should perhaps go back to our topic.
Yes, that's where I was like, yeah, I had to ask something, and that was about the topic, by the way. So let's talk about the interesting topic of all, money. So, what is your definition to money, and how has it changed over the period of time where you have come through Access so long?
So, as I mentioned to you earlier, I'm an accountant and I've worked in the City of London for a number of years. And there's a very corporate mentality to money. I've seen a lot of money in different ways on bank statements and pay and this, that, and the other. So, in order to do that, there was an element that I didn't have a point of view about it. I didn't have ownership about it. And I could just see it going on around me, the movement of money. And I remember there was a point I wanted to be a contractor rather than a full-time member of staff. And I had limiting points of view around money that wouldn't let me make that decision, probably about job security, which I work through. When I came to Access, I don't know if you've read Gary Douglas's book, The Money Workbook.
Yes, I have read that.
And that's a pretty amazing book. And I used it quite recently. I read it quite recently. And I've just found that my charge and points of view about money have diminished. There was a lot of points of view I had from my parents about money. And their points of view were quite conflictual as well. So as well as having two different points of view, they clashed totally and didn't even make sense, which got me quite stuck a few times. So in one hand, I was willing to have money, but the other hand, I felt really bad about it and didn't want to have it. And there was that constant battle going on. And now I don't have that battle. I have less points of view and I have so much more ease about having money. And how does it get better than that?
Yes, and talking about how one can overcome their money limitations with access consciousness. So, tell us in general about how access consciousness actually works. From my understanding, access tools are a set of questions and then clearing whatever comes up. So, let's discuss on how actually money limitations, how one can overcome their money limitations using access.
Shall we have a session with you?
Yes, that will be an amazing way to give a demo for the audience as well. Let's do that.
Yeah, and if anyone else wants to get involved with the questions and you want clearings, just say yes and show your willingness to kind of let go, and it will work on a wider audience as well. So tell me, what does money mean to you?
Interesting. Money.
Okay, everything that is.
Yes.
The uncreate, destroy.
Yes. Yes.
Through the birth, heart, popcorn, night, short boys and beyonds. Okay. So what does money mean to you?
At this time, my definition is it's an energy exchange. So I do my services, my work, whatever it is that I'm offering to the world, and the universe gives back to me something called money, which is a gift for my services. That's my current definition of money.
Okay. Truth, is that yours?
I might have bought from somebody else.
Would you like to keep it or would you like to let go of it?
If I have a better definition, then yes, I can let it go.
Okay. I think that is. Can you uncreate and destroy times of God's idiom? Good, bad,
Yes.
right, wrong, pod, poc, all night, short boys and beyonds. So if you close your eyes, where does money come to you from?
Right now, I'm seeing it like coming in front of me.
Okay. If you bring your barriers down and you expand out 100,000 miles in every direction, can you bring money to you from every direction? So from your head down, into your head, into your shoulders, into your arms and your legs, and up into your feet, into your nether regions, into your ears, through your face. And anything that doesn't allow that, can you uncreate, destroy times Godzillion?
Yes.
Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all night, short boys and beyonds. Is that lighter and more expanded now?
Yes, it feels expanded.
Okay, lovely. Are you happy with the amount of money you have?
Not yet.
So do you have like a fixed number you want?
Yes, maybe at this time, with regards to the business, for example, let's take that as an example. So 0 point healing, I would like to take it. So my vision is to bring it to that kind of $1 million business. At the same time, servicing millions of people around the world.
That's amazing. So contributing as well.
Yes.
How to get better than that?
Yes.
And you can see the joy that gives you as well. And money follows joy. So then there's another thing that if you're, and this is not you personally, but this is kind of the audience and anyone who's watching later as well, the amount of money you're willing to receive is the amount of money that you have. So for example, if you only have £5 in your bank at the moment, or whichever currency you have, then that's all you're willing to receive. So having a goal of 1 million or 2 million or 3 million or 20 million, sometimes we have those goals because they're so unachievable that's why we do it. Whereas if we start at a very practical basis and we just chunk that down and we have smaller goals, then it's more achievable and you can have that target and then you can make it a reality. So sometimes our limiting beliefs are disguised as kind of like really ambitious numbers. And then that's not to say they're not achievable. A lot of it is about the intention behind. And what you do in a coaching session is you kind of look in where someone is today, where they want to get to, and how they're going to get there, and where they are today, what's holding them and sticking them there. There's kind of a point of no return where you'll never go back to that. And then it's looking for the possibilities that will take you where you want to be. And you can do that in every area of your life. So we're talking about money today. You can do it with relationships and parenting. I use Access consciousness tools when parenting, which has created so much more ease, with friends, with family. So there's kind of not an end point. And the other thing I really love about the tools of Access and coaching is the pragmatic nature of it. And I like the energetic content. And it empowers the client to know what they know, but also they can learn the tools for themselves and coach themselves. Why you'd have a session with someone rather than just doing it? I mean, you can do most things yourself, but sometimes you just need someone to ask you that one question and stop you lying to yourself, because ultimately that's what we do. We kind of lie to ourselves a little bit, or sometimes a lot, or and that's why talking to someone else really helps, because it pushes you out of that. So sometimes, I think we look at it and we're like, oh, I don't want to pay that money. I don't want to go to a class. I don't want to do this. But I think it's really looking at it as an investment in you and what it's going to contribute to you, and if it's going to create more, and it's being in the question about it.
Yeah, and the short session that she did with me, so that is what Access Consciousness, it's asking those questions, and whatever limiting beliefs that comes up. For example, the definition of money that I give might not be the best definition that I can have in order to allow money to enter into my life. For example, if my definition is only if I work for it, I will get money, if that's my definition, then what if somebody wants to give me money as gift? I'm not allowing that to enter into my life if I have my money definition as this is something that I will get only when I work for it, for example. So the session that she did is basically clearing away the limiting beliefs with the definition of the money that we have and how we allow money to enter into our lives. And what do you have to add, Sasha?
I was going to ask a question, and I was going to say, what would it be if we didn't have definitions of money?
Yes.
And then it can just come, in any form and any way from anywhere.
Yes.
And how would it get better? I mean, how does it get better than that?
Yes. Going beyond all all the definitions, all the limiting beliefs, all the judgments, and wow, that is what Access Consciousness is for me.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So would you like to do a group session now for the audience? What do you feel now?
Yeah. I mean, we can't see any comments or anything, so I don't know if there's any conversation going on. So let's have a little play and see what comes up. Okay, I'd like you to consider any fixed points of view you have about money. Truth, does that belong to you? You return it to sender with consciousness attached. Everything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, or nine short boys and beyonds. I'm going to ask you to bring down your walls and barriers to money. So bring those down, 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 push them right down. And then any secret, hidden barriers that you're not willing to be aware of, can you push those down as well?
Yes.
Can you expand out energetically? And expand out and find the energy of money. Okay, whatever energy you found, I want you to uncreate and destroy everything that's taken you to that energy. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine short boys and beyonds. Okay, now I want you to expand out further. And while you're doing that, I want you to consider someone that you find inspiring with money. So whether it's Oprah, Gary or Dane, Simone, Brendan, Watts, they're all the people who run Access Consciousness. So I want you to copy their consciousness with money. This is not mimicking, this is copying. And it's not copying what they do and how they use their money. What it is their willingness to receive, be, and have money. Okay, and if you bring that back to you, anything that doesn't allow that with ease, uncreate, destroy, times Godzillion, good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all nine short boys and beyonds. Okay, and I want you to bring it through you and expand it back out to, well, you can't find the edges of you, but expand it out as far as you can. And what if you can be this energy every day, not hold on to it, but be willing to receive it? I don't know about you, but that feels pretty good to me.
Yes. Wow, that was amazing. And I love this copying the consciousness of others, and I don't remember the statement, but it says something like, what would it take for you to take their consciousness, the millionaires of the world, and duplicate their consciousness about money and how
Yeah.
they allow and receive money in their lives. And I love that statement so much.
It's really good to, when you think of the millionaires in the world, it's kind of good to have someone that inspires you, because people have different kind of ways of being with money, and some people have a lot of money and you might not kind of be inspired by the way they are with it. So there's kind of different aspects that you know, if there's a consciousness with money that I think comes from kind of Gary Douglas, Dane here, Simone Milasas and Brendan Watts, that it's very, and you know, loads of people in Access, that it's very kind of light, bright and ease. And I think it's that ease of, because it's not about holding, it's about kind of like breathing. Here it comes, there it goes.
Yes, and I love how they say money is like air. When you consider money is like air, it's such ease of flow that you will find, rather than, for most people, especially, you know, the work that I've done with my clients, it has been, money is considered like an asset. It needs to be respected. It needs to be spent carefully. And I think all of us are being born and brought up in that kind of mindset with money. Money needs to be spent carefully. It has to be saved. You know, it has to be carried upon as if it's an asset. But then when I started reading the books of access consciousness and learning all of these courses, it was like money is air. The more we allow it to flow, the ease and naturally it starts flowing. What's
And what if
your
it's about having fun? Like, what if money's, because you get money to pay bills, you get money for your house, you get money for your business. A lot of it's about money for other things and not necessarily nurturing your own body or for your own fun. And money follows joy. And when we are children, we're not necessarily encouraged to have that. In fact, you kind of, and certainly as a parent, I have to look at this. It's where you start kind of implementing those rules of you have to earn money. You catch yourself saying these things that you've been told. You're like, oh, that's kind of all that limiting belief with money. Like, how does it get better than that?
That's true. And tell us about your services and the courses that you're offering. Do you do one-on-one sessions online?
So I work online and face-to-face, depending where people are located. A lot of work around the world is online. I do money calls online as well, one-off classes. And then I do some with friends as well. So I do classes with friends. I'm available on Facebook. Message me if you want to get in touch. I work locally through Greenwich Wellness Rooms. And I actually wrote them down because I have a blank head, so I won't remember everything as well. And obviously word of mouth as well when people kind of recommend. And yeah.
That's I know she's totally blank, my dear audience. You might have to click on the link below to see what exactly she does. Sorry for that. We did a session before the show and both of us are blank, by the way. But anyways, I think we did share what needs to be shared.
Yeah, me too. I feel like it's been shared.
All right. So please click on the link below and you can see all the services and courses that she offers. And we also have a 10% off coupon code for you. That's 0 Point. You can contact her, let her know.
Of course, at 0 Point Healing. How could I forget that? That's terrible. Thank you for having me. And yes, here with you and your amazing website.
Yes, thank you so much, Sasha. That was an amazing show. I should tell you, I have never done a show like this before. This is my first time experience. And people are thinking this girl has gone crazy.
Which, me or you? Or both of us?
Yeah. Hopefully they've seen some of my previous interviews and they're gonna like, this show, something has happened to this girl. Seriously.
Amazing. How does it get better than that?
Yeah, so that's what happens with access consciousness, especially if you do a session, you're gonna sit and laugh like me like this. So that's your demo piece, my dear audience, for today. And so that's your coupon code. You can book sessions with her. You can take her courses. I think you also have Zoom group webinars and stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, and also SOP sessions, one-on-one, and group tasters. Yes. I think all my information is updated on my profile on 0 Point Healing. So
yes, and SOP is Symphony of Possibilities, and what that is energy magic. She does something with her hands and all the magic happens, by the way. So that's what she did something to me as well today. But thank you so much, Sasha. Wow, what a fantastic session. Any final words?
I'd like to thank you. I mean, it's been lovely talking with you today. I don't do many Facebook Lives, but it hasn't felt like a Facebook Live. It's been lovely chatting and playing with you today. It's been so much fun. And obviously, thank you for inviting me to your website and today. And it's really exciting.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sasha. That was a wonderful session. And she is available face-to-face in London, isn't it?
That's right, London.
London. And you're also taking courses in London?
Yes, yeah, I do. Well, not at the moment because we're in isolation, but I'm guessing at some point that will pass, hopefully.
Yes, very soon. Thank you so much. So please do get in touch with her for any money limitation blocks that you have. And she's also working on many different, I saw you are doing something with regards to the food and eating.
Yes. Yeah, we've got a free Zoom, my friend and I, on Friday. It's 8 p.m. UK time. You can sign up on my Facebook page, and that's Are You Eating for Isolation? Because we're indoors and we can be eating a lot, and sometimes just because we don't know what else to do. And then we've got a follow-up Zoom, which is What Are You Eating for? And then I have an online run your own bars gift and receive on Sunday, which is pretty phenomenal as well. It's not a bars class, it's a gift and receive with everyone running their own bars, and that's pretty great as well. So come and play.
Yes, a lot of free stuff you should really check out on her page and the link below. Thank you so much. What a wonderful session. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, my dear friends, I'll see you in the next show. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe and support our channel. That's all from me for the show. I'll meet you in the next show. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.